Let's take a moment to use our imaginations here real quick. It's the mid-1990s and you're currently in Tokyo, Japan. What do you see around you? Maybe some good looking restaurants, a few arcades, some bookstores, or maybe that Nissan GTR that just flew down the road at 180 kilometers per hour. This, my friends, was the 1990s. It was the golden era of Japanese street racing and drifting. It was filled with people taking these 80s and 90s cars and pushing them to the absolute limit. Seeing how fast they could go, seeing how long they could maintain that speed, seeing how fast they could drift around a corner. This was one of the best moments in JDM car history. And this inspired tons of manga and anime like Overdrive, Initial D, Redline, Wangon Midnight, the list goes on. And if this game right here isn't a good example of what street racing was, then I don't know what is. It's Tokyo Xtreme Racer 2 for Sega Dreamcast. Released on September 1st, 2000 in North America, Tokyo Xtreme Racer 2 hit the shelves. Tokyo Xtreme Racer 2 is a direct sequel to Tokyo Xtreme Racer. Tokyo Xtreme Racer 2 is a huge upgrade from the first game, featuring new rivals, a bigger map, improved graphics, and much more. As far as gameplay goes, it's still the same as the first game. The goal is to race against rivals on the Shuto expressways and become the #1 street racer in Japan. Speaking about rivals, Tokyo Xtreme Racer 2 has quite a few more rivals than its predecessor, now featuring 372 opponents to race against. Another new addition to this game are rivals called Wanderers. These racers aren't a part of a certain team, but have requirements you have to meet in order to be able to race against them. These requirements can include appearing on certain days, driving certain cars, having a certain mileage on your car, defeating certain rivals, or having a certain amount of CP. These Wanderers aren't like normal racers and definitely mean business. When it comes to cars, this game has so many cool cars to choose from. In total, Tokyo Xtreme Racer 2 has 122 cars to choose from and unlock, including cars like the Toyota Supra, the Subaru Impreza 22B, Nissan GTR 32, Mitsubishi Evo, Honda S2000, Mazda RX-7, the list goes on. As a JDM car fan myself, I absolutely love the amount of cars you get to choose from. Moving on to the actual gameplay, Tokyo Xtreme Racer 2 handles pretty well for a 20-plus-year-old game. I believe it does so well because the Dreamcast triggers are pressure sensitive, which is so vital for any racing game. Not having pressure sensitive buttons or triggers makes any racing game so hard to play because you're either full throttle or full brake. But as I said, due to how the way the Dreamcast controller was made, this game does really well. It's a lot of fun to race on real expressways from Japan. The main goal is to be fast, but you can also drift around the wangon if you don't feel like racing anyone. All in all, the gameplay is tight, responsive, and a lot of fun. If you've been looking for a street racing game that has a lot of cool JDM car culture and gives you those 90s vibes, then this is definitely the game for you. It's Tokyo Xtreme Racer 2 for Sega Dreamcast.